Right, let's start off with FW190A5 against P37 D10. I kind of expect the AI to be a disaster, but we'll see. Beautiful. Graphics extender enabled. My resolution is 4K actually, but YouTube apparently won't let me stream that, so it's 1080p for everybody else. No idea about quality and stuff. You let me know. Haven't flown any fighter missions in an age, so probably gonna be pretty rusty. Right, here we go. I'm playing on easy mode so I can see map icons and stuff. Since I'm basically always also testing the AI, I need to know what's going on. Lead aircraft are supposed to go at 80% or 70% set throttle. So just like traveling chill mode, engine settings. And once we are at 3.5 kilometers distance, everybody should engage, because that's AI visibility distance. Which is fair, because it's kind of render distance for fighter planes as well. But there they are. And so far my flight hasn't reacted, which is retarded, but now they have, okay. Right. That's a 47. I'm not gonna follow when somebody dives like that. Whoops. Yeah, I had no idea that the guy was coming. Feels like he shot off an elevator or something. Yep. Where are you? Ah well. Trying to fight anybody with one elevator and holes in the wing doesn't really make sense anyway. Oh no. That's my wingman? Yeah, okay. Yikes! Leave me alone! And that is one of the big issues that the Zonk mod is supposed to fix at some point. That guy just broke off from me because his collision avoidance was the ground triggered, so I should have him behind me or something, or he should boom and zoom me or whatever. Instead he's just bugging out and flies off, so I'm safe. Big issue, has been in the game forever. But it means I'm alive. Yay. Yeah, this is pointless. Let's try again. This time I'm gonna go lead, and hopefully everybody else engages at times, in time. %, time acceleration. Just get everybody in position. Okay. Now we should have a significant altitude advantage. There they are, 12 o'clock low. And everybody please engage, okay? They did that on their own already. That's a good sign. Okay. Let's try and keep the altitude and speed advantage. Those two are already smoking. Could go for a shot on this one. Ah, not quite. As far as I can tell, I'm clear, so I'm able to go for this one, hopefully. Or maybe that one. Yeah, that's looking good. I wonder what those four are up to. There's a lot of stuff going on with AI bugging out and flying off to nowhere and stuff. We have been focusing on fighter versus bomber behavior and missions like that. Fighter versus fighter is not something we have been working on a lot. Have been working on this a lot anyway overall. Gotcha. Right, so we have the four other guys coming back. I have no idea what altitude they're at, but probably lower. Let me use my almighty external air padlock, see where everybody is. Two at 9 o'clock low. And there they come. I shot down a friendly, so they, from the other side of the map, immediately engage me, naturally. That is another big issue that needs to be fixed eventually, that everybody in the AI behaves like a swarm mind, hive mind, because yeah, if I kill somebody 5 kilometers away, out of render distance, they shouldn't immediately know where I am because of that. Like, these guys can't see me, there's no way they can tell where I'm going, and they still adjust their flight pattern according to me. I think, at least. Might also be just accidental that they're coming my way. Now he knows where I am, although I'm below him. He shouldn't even be able to see me at all. Yeah, typical. That's why playing against AI on easy mode is completely justified. Because they are a all-knowing hive mind. Let me call for help here. They had a significant altitude advantage, but because AI uses all aircraft as turn fighters, they don't boom and zoom me, but let me dogfight them like this so I have a chance, which is nice. One of my wingmen is arriving. That's why when I want to have it easy, or when I want to have a chance against AI, I play against P47s, because they obviously are not good at dogfighting, at turn fighting. Okay, I didn't have my bindings correct, so I was only shooting with the wing cannons. I usually have all weapons bound on one key. I need to check where the other guy is. Okay, right in front of me. Yeah, we handily win this. Because P47s suck at turn fighting, and 12v12 the 190s just wipe the floor with them. Be expected. Yay! Victory! Let me fix this. Next time I shoot with all my guns. Right, so naturally when you win like this, you try again with more enemies. Which is playing with fire, because adding a few more enemies can tip the scales a lot. So now we have 16 aircraft in the enemy flight instead of 12. Should make things harder. Just apply some skins, maybe change the angle and time of day or whatever, so it's not always exactly the same. And go again. Make some P38s. Yeah, that's also not helping for AI. Spitfires are evil. C47s, yeah, that's not going to be particularly engaging. (109) G6 is a good idea. Although that aircraft gets a lot of hate, I like to fly it. It's like a slightly worse F4, but yeah, it's still fine. And against P51s and whatever, you can still outturn those. Okay. 80%. Try and go a bit more level, because having that unfair altitude advantage obviously is big. This is YPEG 1.2.3 with Zonk mod and graphics extender and Victor's sound mod. Otherwise this is not heavily modded. They're catching flag. Everybody engaging? Not yet, not yet. I'm ordering them to attack now. Okay. Not great. That was a waste of ammo. Okay, apparently everybody is following me and not engaging. We've had this issue a lot of times. And now they engage, and then they will probably, after a few seconds, stop engaging and engage me again, which is stupid and broken. Everybody attacking me. I think he might not get a shot here. Yeah, he doesn't have the angle. It's fine. Call for help. The one that shot me has a friendly on him. Don't see anybody on the one behind him, though. As I know the AI, they probably... Jesus Christ! Yeah. I should have reacted differently there. I hit him. That was a miss, I think. Anyway, getting a few hits in usually is great because AI is really bad at flying damaged aircraft. Not reading the chat, by the way, at the moment. I have that on another screen to the side. Can't really look over there and fight. Got him. But I have seen that somebody called Bluefish says he wanna start a YouTube channel. YouTube channel with a blue fish. Yeah, I've heard that's a great idea. Okay, let me get back speed and a bit of altitude and then go back in, maybe? Flaps up, don't forget that. Wouldn't want to jam those. Hello Marcom, good morning. Marcom, if you want to join voice, let me know. I can also add Discord voice to the stream audio if you want to. This is IL-2 4.13 with YPEG 1.2.3 and Zonk mod and graphics extender. You're busy. Alright, Marco. Favorite plane from 1942? Well, since the game says the B-17F is from 1942. B-17F. I remember that landing. I didn't feel like anything so spectacular at the time, but yeah, good memories. I love flying back damaged heavies. Whoa. This also has always been a problem. Wingmen just following their lead and not noticing enemies directly next to them. I should have been attacked. I finally hit one again. Got a fuel leak. Think he might have bailed. Yeah, looks like it. That's how it goes. Just some minor hits and immediately got the kill. Yeah, that one also bailed. Number 3, I think. Ah! My firing button got stuck. Logitech Extreme 3D problems. That was terrible. I should have had that guy 10 times over. Everybody please engage and don't follow me. Okay, apparently it was enough to get the kill. Yeah, I'm a budget gamer when it comes to extremities. I might think about a new stick once we actually fly again, since I've been waiting for a Zonk mod development for like 5 years and I'm rarely ever touching this game. I ain't investing into peripherals. I love Victor's sound mod, but I think the 190 wizard usually sounds like a lawnmower in external. It's unfortunate. It's not great. I wonder what the other guy is up to. Can't air padlock him, so he's not close. Ah. I have never played a career in my life in this game. I just made a quick mission in the mission builder with 12v12 and now it's 12v16, that's it. Did I just pilot snipe him or did he overg or something? Oh, he's already ejected. Yeah, that explains it. Enemy aircraft destroyed. Woohoo! And even though we were 12v16, we have 5 aircraft left, everybody else. And the P37s are all destroyed, so... Still victory! And since I have a few people here now, I'm gonna show off a new feature I got. Darky has implemented multi-lane takeoff for AI. So AI taking off in pairs, triples, quads and whatever. And this feature doesn't quite work yet, it's still pretty broken. But it's going to be fixed and it's going to be a great feature. These takeoffs also include taxi to takeoff, so that's completely new. So hold on. I see that my microphone is usually getting into the red when it comes to volume when I talk a bit louder, so I'm gonna lower that a bit. Let me know if it's too quiet or whatever. What the heck? Okay, so I have this lane takeoff test mission in which 12 190s are supposed to taxi from their hard stands to the runway and then assemble in pairs and take off in pairs. So this new waypoint option, takeoff type, multi-lanes, has a spacing setting, a lane position setting and stuff like that. So right now this is set to 12 and 2 lanes, so everybody should assemble on this setup, like number 1 here, number 2 here, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This is going to be catastrophic. This is also 190. And I have tested this before and it was catastrophic. So, yeah, brace for impact. We basically accidentally created a bunch of robots. So this is taxidrome spawn point thingy where I put one waypoint somewhere on the airfield. I say spawn on the hard stands please, and the game automatically assigns the flight members to empty spawn points. They are set to a 1-minute delay, so everybody not doing anything is as intended. On the bottom left you can see the time. Mission time right now is 40 seconds, now 41, and at 1 minute they should start engines. And remember, this is completely automatic and can be made in a minute in the mission builder. Or it also has a lot of potential to at some point become generatable with mission generators, campaign generators and comparable software. Darky has reworked collision checks for AI. I think this might cause them to drive as slowly as they are right now. Usually when we were player aircraft taxiing with AI aircraft at the same time, the AI is really speedy. But yeah, he's like really slow. So I think that might be a newly introduced issue. But that's what time acceleration is for. Yeah, this taking 20 minutes is an issue. But as I said, it's work in progress and I expect it to catastrophe. By the way, this entire feature with automatic takeoff lineups, Ducky made that in 3 days again. Yeah. So number 1 now is in position at the front of the taxi setup. Number 2 is arriving momentarily. He should stop on the right of the leader. You can tell where by the yellow cross. Number 2 has arrived. Right now, number 1 is set to take off once everybody is ready to take off. So this is going to be a while, but I'm just going to speed it up. And now there's a big issue, which isn't happening right now, which would be nice if that fixed itself, but I don't think so. So when I last tested this guy was like 5 degrees or whatever off center. He wasn't lined up with the runway, so he took off like in this direction. And the guy on the other side was misaligned even. Whoops. That was Windows key. And number 4 was misaligned, or the guy who's on the right was misaligned even more. Hold on, who is that? 12, okay. So he was misaligned like 10 degrees to the left. So the guy on the left went a little bit left, he went more left, and then they did a right turn, both of them, and crashed into each other. Let's see what happens. I'm glad I'm not testing this in live recording conditions where I don't have time acceleration, because sitting in number 1 waiting for the other guys forever would be painful. So I think that right now AI is being pushed by the wind ever so slightly. So they become misaligned the longer this takes. I told Darky to make sure that AI uses chocks once they arrive at their takeoff position, so that they don't slide around because of wind. He's going to look into it eventually. 20 minutes in. Come on, number 6, come on. And yeah, because this takes forever, these get misaligned more and more and more because of the wind. 25 minutes. And number 1 will take off once nobody else can taxi anymore. So number 7 in the back there is still bugging out and not ready. So everybody is waiting. Come on, number 7, come on. And then finally, when number 7 decides to become ready, everybody takes off. And yeah, I told Darky to add a slight delay for the ones in the rear in one element, because when they take off like this at the exact same time, it's potentially catastrophic as well. And here's what I mean when they are misaligned like that, they take off the runway and stupid things like that. And yeah, so yeah, this is completely as expected. I knew this was gonna happen. It's teasing problems, it's a big new feature. And I know Darky, when he makes stuff like this, naturally he never bothers to put wind in a mission. So when the positions, when the conditions are perfect and there's no wind at all, nobody gets pushed while they are in takeoff position. So then it works fine. Burning fuel on takeoff and stuff like that would actually be a good idea, because in real life warming up and taxi to takeoff and the assembly procedure and whatever costs a lot of fuel. So right now this guy is on 100%, so the amount he lost is actually... no, he's on 100% because there's a drop tank. I can't tell how much is in the drop tank, but aircraft losing like 20% fuel due to the takeoff procedure is completely fine and realistic. Yeah. So this is in the works at the moment, being fixed. I guess let's try 109 G6 against... I feel like fighting Spitfires, but those are hard. Spitfire 9. 9C, 1943. Make those British. And I think they are still 16 because P37s are so bad in dogfighting. So I'm gonna make those 12. We might handily lose this. $10, $11, $12. Go back to 12. And maybe put us a bit closer so that the engagement begins sooner. Right. Markings on, weapon auto default, I'm fine with that. Yes, Glenn, I have told you, download Discord and come help us with the mod. When you write comments under the videos or in the chat or whatever somewhere. That doesn't help me. And Darky is busy enough with all the stuff. If I tell him, hey, put this feature that some other guy made into the game, I'm just gonna add point 215 to the current to-do list, and that's not helpful either. The 109 has a proper engine sound. That's nice. Yeah, this is just default default G6, which in the game is stated as 1943. Yeah. No MW50, nothing special. It's just the out of the box G6, which I actually like flying, although it is never considered to be a good version. As a fighter pilot, I don't see a reason to upgrade from the F4 to the G6. I would take the F4, get rid of the 792 mils, put more 20 mil ammo instead, and just keep it. Jesus Christ. And here we go again. Hello. Yeah, Spitfire 9s are super hard to fight. And they will, since I put half of them on veterans, they will snapshot you from any angle, out of nowhere like that. My AI is refusing to engage because you can't see anybody. Yeah, right. Now they do. Now they do. That's good. Okay, let's try to survive longer than a minute. Looking clear so far. Number 11 seems to have gotten one. Try and risk a dive. Don't think that did anything. And go back to altitude. Yeah, this is graphics extender. Latest public version. Combined with the shader option thingy that he has once published on page 100 whatever, once in the thread. Which is a shame because it's great. Half of the enemies are already dead. I didn't do anything. I have listed my mods 2 times already, but here we go again. So this is using IL-2 1946 version 4.13 with YPEG 1.2.3, Zonk mod, which hasn't been released yet, it's our own modding project, and graphics extender 0.3. Otherwise it's pretty vanilla. Where's that other guy who's on the map behind me? I might have killed myself by diving. Yeah, he might be gunning for me. I turn left, he turns left. Or maybe he's evading the 3 guys behind him, who knows. There you are. I didn't think that the 109s would win this hard against the split 9s, that's incredible. I haven't even done anything. Boah, hier ist mein Noob. But he's like 10 versus 1, so I don't have to do anything. Still fighting though. Everybody else might also not be engaging him, but following me. Which is why he's still alive. Can't really see where that's going. And one really cool thing about the big flights now, because this is just one unit in the editor, once this fight is over, everybody else is going to form back up on me. Eventually. Sky on Fire 1940. I haven't. But I, in general, don't do much. Work, Assetto Corsa, go-karting, and wait for Darky. Right, I'm gonna keep the 109. Wanna put more Spitfires or change opponent? If nobody says anything, I'm going to switch to Mustangs. P38, okay. You won the vote because you have... Alright, P38 it is. P38L 1944, which should be an advantage for the P38s, in theory, but... Yeah, it's not a dogfighter, so they put themselves at a significant disadvantage. Oh, we will see. 16, make them US, should make them silver. Nope, okay. Probably also because of Barnesy, blah, 3D rework thing, default skin replaced, or maybe that's YPEG. They should be silver anyway. 16 and 13 and so on are all average, I guess, because I forgot to change it. Right. So now half veteran. Yeah, exactly. That's also why the 262, for example, is so terrible in the hands of AI. It's not a turn fighter. You just die. Haven't fought the P38 in years. I remember doing a video over Africa against them in their force, and that was because they used them as turn fighters. Wasn't hard to do. Yeah, a lot of American fighters are really nice to fly because of trim and so on. A lot of them usually are very easy to stall though. When you pull up a little bit too hard and they immediately spin. Because they're heavy and have a lot of elevator authority. Like in this G6, this is super easy to not stall because at higher speeds the elevator control goes down. Everybody flying off to nowhere in a line like this is a big known issue. So yeah, this is obviously really stupid. Hello. Diving after him probably is a bad idea because of the guy over here. So I'm gonna do a loop and see what that other guy is doing. And he just disappeared. Anyway, 2 of my flight members are on that guy, so I don't need to waste on my altitude to follow him. There are 2 coming anyway, as predicted. Was 3 actually. Good situation to be in. He's just wasting his energy, can pull up and then re-engage. No point in following him there. Like I could have gone inverted and followed him, but that's not a smart idea. This way I keep my energy and I am still just behind him, it's fine. He's probably gonna pull down again. Good hits. Yeah, he bailed. So right now, fighter AI has not really been reworked at all by Zong, apart from the head-on behavior against bombers. So something like adding a new type of AI which boom and zooms, or something like that, or an option where you can in the FMB go, make this flight of zeros, please fly turn fight, and then put the Corsairs on boom and zoom. Naturally, Dark and I have stuff like that in mind, but everything concerning fighter AI and behavior is super hard to change. And if you change it, it probably breaks 3 other things. So right now, no. Zong fighter AI is just the same. Zonk mode focuses on making bomber missions viable. So yeah, fighter behavior is relatively low priority. Some more enemies arrived, so it's not gonna be boring. Yay! Should I go for the left guy? Probably. But since I'm playing on easy, I think I wouldn't have noticed him. Unreal. That was a really nice shot. More hits, I think he's going down. And now I have to worry about, okay, he broke off for some reason. I'm fine. Flight model has not been changed. Some flight models have been adjusted, but nothing about how the aircraft behave, just about their toughness. We have made B-17s and B-29s way tougher. Like we have adjusted the values of how much damage it needs for parts to break off. Yeah. Like when I look at historical data, recordings and reports and shit, B-17s were tough as old boots, and in IL-2 1946 they are just easy to kill. Which shouldn't be the case. Simple as that. So we have increased the values, for example, that amount of damage it needs for the B-17 outer wing to disassemble. My general opinion on the flight models is that the original developers did do their homework and they are quite good. And everybody who just says, oh, my favorite plane isn't good enough, nah, doesn't tell the entire story. And really, a lot of people can't fly for shit, and that's why they lose. Including myself. Let's do something fun. G2 versus... Oh, against P38, that's not gonna be fun, I think. How about... Mosquito? Fighter bomber Mark 6. Make them British. And 16 is probably a bad idea. Okay. Default loadout should be fine. Okay. P38 versus Luck. Never flown any Russian stuff. Soviet. These aircraft actually fought each other a lot at night though, which is an entirely different story. PF-110 has a very bad reputation, that is true. Basically like a worse P38 or whatever, I think. Like big and heavy, but slower. But I have always loved the 110. Perfectly fine night fighter, for example. I wouldn't be so quick to call the 110 bad. It's probably the aircraft that killed the most 4-engine heavy bombers ever. Doesn't make it better compared to other aircraft, of course, but just operational history is important. And context and so on. My rear gunner opening up for a few shots there is fun. Optimistic. I think that guy probably is out of the fight due to damage. That's something I have in mind whenever I encounter mosquitoes and I damage them. Like even lightly, they usually just retreat. It's super scary as a night fighter to encounter a mosquito, but when your rear gunner damages him, they usually stop chasing you. Which balances things. I lost that mosquito, I can't tell where it is. Ah, okay. Whoa! Okay. good shot, I guess. That's why situational awareness and altitude and boom and zoom and so on is so vital. The AI can snapshot you like that out of nowhere all the time. So that was Yak against P38, correct? Aren't those allied? But yeah, can do. So Yak is just a manufacturer. I guess there are early war and late war models and so on, naturally. Okay, Soviet. Okay. See how this goes. That looks like an old vanilla cockpit. And because I'm at 4,000 meters, I think I'm too rich on this engine. So mix 80 fixes the engine stuttering. That's not a good sign already. Feels light though. Supercharger stage 2, I have no idea if I should use that at this altitude, probably not. Doesn't sound like it increases manifold. Oh, okay, it does. P38 probably is quicker at this altitude, but otherwise has the disadvantage. Oh yeah, they probably can outdive me a lot. Hello there. Brown 5 is on him, I hope. Oh boy. He's way quicker than me. Never did a tight turn in this plane, but this went as expected. Naturally the P38 can't keep up with a single. Okay. Basically getting demons by that guy. So in vanilla they always open fire at 600 meters. I think Zonk kind of randomizes that, maybe? That's why the other guy was shooting it from 700 already. So I need to watch when he fires and then evade. Or he bugs the fuck out and does stupid shit. That's also an option. Okay. They seem to be acting up, I guess. Oh boy, I just think and turn on a dime. Doesn't help with the speed disadvantage that I already had. I think I chose a Yak 9, didn't I? Or 7? Something? Well, I guess this wasn't fun to watch, but I'm alive. Just casually ignore that guy who passed by. Honestly, that should be it. Oh, he's still fighting, okay. And we bailed, right. Two left. One-on-one should be really easy. This feels like a UFO when you're used to 190 and P37 and so on. It's closer to a 0 than to a 190 or whatever, I think. I guess he can easily outrun me. Engine settings, 100% prop pitch. Supercharger 1 and full throttle. He just casually turns around. Alright. If this goes on long enough, he'll get shot on by flag as well. But yeah, playing on easy and always seeing him coming obviously helps a lot against the plane who should be boom and zooming me, surprise attacking. If you're the P38, then just fly away. Light AA opening up as well. The blue 20mm tracers. Out of ammo. He's still as fast as me, with both engines smoking. Naturally. How quick am I? 500 kilometers, okay, that's not even slow or anything. So why exactly does the AI stop reacting? Can I gear kill him? I don't think so. Too bad for that. Well, he is dead. Let's do a classic. 262 versus Mustang. I'm not Darky. He killed a lot of them with the 262. But I also once got 6 or so. Active quest. Don't immediately get on fire. %, and then don't touch it. Can somebody else respond to that question this time? After 5 years of using the same and writing it into every description and so on, it's... I might have already killed him here. I do have enough speed to outrun those, so it's fine. I have never particularly enjoyed this matchup. We spent a lot of time just going in super wide turns, gathering speed. Against opponents who react to your every movement that they very often can't even see because of render distance. It's super stupid. That's on top of the list. Enemy aircraft disengaging when you're out of render distance. That was close. Can't help him. If I dive after that guy who's on him, I'm dead. I think he's gonna get a shot, and that might be it. Come on, number 2, kill him. Yeah, against AI who sees you coming, this is... I never particularly enjoyed this. They have the maneuverability advantage, naturally. So whenever you do get a shot, they basically just have to evade and you can't do anything. That was never gonna hit, but I'm bored. Now we can repeat this over and over. I outrun them, I turn around, they react to all my moves and repeat, so yay. And now, for example, this guy is 18 kilometers away and render distance is like here. And if I turn right, they immediately, because they were shortcutting me to the left, they immediately turn right and shortcut me on the other side. Like, how do you know? Yeah, so right now I'm getting chased by people who are 10 kilometers away who can't see me or have any indication of what I'm doing, but they perfectly react to all my movements. Even back in the day when the game was new, how is something like this in the game? How do you not notice that it's super unfair? And it's so easy to fix, just disengage when not rendered, like what? Oh boy. Those are so high, they have contrails, so that means more than 7,000 meters. They can dive on me and catch me actually. So right now I'm at 800 kilometers an hour, and okay, he breaks off for no reason. It was a situation in which he could have caught me, even though I'm above his technical top speed. thinks I might have been one hit in the wingtip. I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I discovered a bug when I now press F2. It a few times showed the P51 and not my own aircraft. Interesting. Yeah, this isn't fun and it never has been. And I'm gonna run out of fuel first, I think. By the way, one big song feature also is supposed to be that if there's this situation with 12 P51s and one 262, we want to limit the number of escorts that are allowed to engage one aircraft. So in this situation, if there were like B-17s, we want to make it so that 2 or 4, whatever, should probably be a mission setting, of the P-51s would engage and the rest stays with the bombers. This is like my aim. How much fuel do I have? Oh, yeah, 500 liters, so not a lot. And P-51's on 70% of ours, so... And if you turn in like this once, you're dead, basically, so there should be some behind me. You can get kills in the head-on situations when you do it right, but yeah, that's pretty much about it. This is always what I have to think about when people say it could have won the war. Don't head on for 30 minutes, it's not smart. We have the AI files and Darky is able to edit them. I basically just need a few coders who are willing to spend the time and effort to learn the AI files and stuff. We can't do everything we want to. In theory. that guy not firing his the entirety of his bullets, by the way, is a song feature. AI shooting in bursts. So technically I think we have edited fighter AI in it. So fuel now is in the red, so I'm basically out of fuel. (1,000 kilometers per hour). 200 below Mach 1. Description is too well hidden. I have written down which mods I use in every video description ever, and people still ask what mod pack I use. The place to put the mods is either directly on screen or in the title, honestly. Or I could add a sound which constantly just repeats it. Also, I'm not putting IL-2 1946 anywhere, because people are going to complain that the war was over in 1945. That's out. Am I going to get strafed? I do wonder. Why is the AA not firing? What are you waiting for? That's an issue that should have been fixed. Our flag should be firing all the time. I have no idea why it isn't. That's also an issue that I always had with this type of missions. Like, why am I not dead? Why is nobody just quickly removing me from life? Or why aren't they strafing the flag guns or whatever? And how do you miss that? I'm alive. Speaking of BAT, I have recently installed the newest version. And it's hilarious. Like, I have done a few stunts with jets and stuff. And I have tested what happens when I put MiG-21s against F-18s. And as always, I was underwhelmed. BAT has all kinds of stuff. The list of things that is working is way shorter, but it has a lot of stuff. So for example, I made that shot where I passed the Eiffel Tower. And when I load that up and just put some Soviet fighter, you're gonna see what happens. So when I pick default loadout, I think I should have 2 missiles. Like 2 sidewinders or whatever. I put it on empty just for maximum speed. And when we then pick some sort of Soviet MiG-23, now I want MiG-21, just like that. And if I put that and make it blue, doesn't matter. I guess the AI in BAT also is the same for everybody. So yeah, let's put Taiwan, why not? So I'm at 1000 meters, 500 kilometers. Let's put some opposite. And I don't know what default weapons is. So I'm just gonna choose something. It's not bombs, preferably. I hope R13M is anti-air. So now we have our 1 F-16 against our 1 MiG-21. And this is an 80 gigabytes mod pack, by the way. Missiles in BAT are just, they lock themselves and you press whatever button you have assigned to fire them, that's it. So all I have to do to kill the guy is press space. Super fun and engaging gameplay, yay. So now my missile is engaged, I didn't do anything, that just happened on its own. I actually don't know where the guy is. Because even though I'm on easy mode, I can't see him on the map. Or is it? I might have screwed that up, hold on. Yeah, that was unrealistic, so that was fine. But in theory, if the guy is armed with missiles, at least there should have been missiles incoming and I should be dead, basically, because I wouldn't have reacted. Okay, so he's ahead. Where he should be. There he is. So this is the almighty super awesome 80 gigabyte mod pack, and when you put a fighter against another fighter, nothing happens. They just don't attack. So how anybody... It's a single player mod pack. How anybody is supposed to get engaging fights out of this is beyond me. How does this happen? Like, hello? Can you please fight me? I think for 2 hours now. Yeah, and now missiles in this game. If I want to kill the guy, I have missiles on space, so I press space. And it managed to miss the guy who isn't reacting and flying straight. Okay. Yoo-hoo! Aircraft destroyed. Yeah, so in my opinion this entire thing is entirely pointless. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say how it is, honestly. I have never played Strike Fighters 2. Flying fast is fun though. MiG-29 is not in the game. Yeah, so in my opinion there's no point to do this. Alright, so that's about it. Mr. Darkened Fantasies has said he's not going to work on the mod today, so I'm waiting for the fixes for the multi-lane takeoffs, and once that's done I'm gonna do some sort of B-17 interception in 190s. That's my plan, once that's working. Currently there's no handling for players being in that lineup, so the AI can't tell when a player is in position or occupies a spot in the lineup. So that's not working yet. I'm waiting on it. I actually have a week off from work right now, so I have a lot of time and I could do a lot of stuff, but yeah, waiting on Darky as always. Alright, goodbye everybody.